guys, welcome to another Jumpcast presented by learnable.com. My name is Jacob McMillen, and the title of this segment today is Design to Sell. Now, over the last decade, a trend we've seen in the web design industry is a dramatic decrease in the barriers to entry. Essentially, platforms like WordPress, Joomla, and even more recently Squarespace have made it to where anyone can make a beautiful functional website even if they don't have a significant amount of coding skills. Now, a natural result of this increased accessibility has been a dramatic increase in web artistry. Sites like SitePoint.com and Learnable offer tutorials to where virtually anyone can bring their creative skills to the table without needing a base amount of HTML or other programming experience. Now, while this is fantastic news for the web as a whole, it does come with a few caveats. Now, in the quest to enhance our site's aesthetic value, we can actually hinder the intent of the site in the first place. Because every website has a goal. Maybe you want to gain readers, add subscribers, sell products, acquire donations, perhaps even influence readers to pick up the phone and make a call. Virtually every website has an intent, has a goal. You want to elicit a response or action on the part of your readers. And if we're not careful, our web's design, no matter how beautiful, can actually sabotage the very intent of the site. So that's what we're going to talk about today. Mistake number one is lost purpose. The number one mistake you can make as a designer is to completely lose the intent and purpose of the site within the design. It doesn't matter how amazing your homepage looks. If the user can't quickly surmise the intent and purpose of the site, as well as where they're expected to flow in the site's navigation, you aren't going to convert on any traffic. Are you looking for subscriptions? Well, you should have a subscription box very prominently displayed above the fold on your homepage. Are you looking to sell products? You should have those products prominently displayed. It should not take much for your user to determine what they're supposed to do on your site. And fantastic design, beautiful aesthetics are wonderful, but only if they're facilitating your user and accomplishing the action that you're hoping to elicit. Our second mistake is too many features. Now, I'll be the first to admit that adding awesome new features to your site is awesome. There's nothing more enjoyable for a designer than adding the latest and greatest features, the latest and greatest tricks, the new advances in coding, all the different functions that are coming out. It's exciting. But unfortunately, not all of these new gadgets on your site essentially are actually facilitating your goal. And if it's not working for you, it's probably working against you. So how can you determine whether a feature is simply something cool that you like about your site and something that's actually contributing to your conversions? Well, 2 steps. The first one, pretty simple, think it through. If you can't answer the question, how is this increasing my conversions? It's probably not helping your site. Second way, test it out. Some features you legitimately have no way of knowing until you actually test it out. What works on one site may not work for yours. What works on a completely unrelated site may also work on yours. So test it out, compare how those features increase conversions before and after you place them, and analyze how your readers are interacting with that feature. Our third category is matching color combinations. Now, while your site should have a succinct color scheme and an aesthetic flow, if you don't use contrasting colors to highlight and facilitate customer response, then your conversions will be severely diminished. Numerous studies have demonstrated the power of contrasting color schemes to grab attention and facilitate response. A case study run by performable.com actually found that just by changing their subscription button from green to red and more contrasting color to their white background, subscriptions actually increased by 32.5%. That's pretty astounding. Now, while a beautifully colored site that flows and matches very well, it's elegant to look at, pleasing to the eye, but it makes zero sense to sacrifice conversions and to sabotage the very goal of your site simply for aesthetic value. Number 4 is overly large or unoptimized images. Everyone knows the worst sort of website is a slow website. No factor can single-handedly kill conversions quite like slow navigation speeds. And while quality visuals are an intricate part of any site's design, if your images are large to the point of slowing down your site's functionality, probably isn't worth it. So take the time to resize your images. The file size of the image on your servers should directly match the pixel ratio with which it's displayed on the site. Anything higher will diminish the upload time, while anything less will hurt your site's aesthetic value. So make sure to resize it exactly according to the size with which it will be displayed on your site. And just remember that ultimately, large images equal higher upload times and higher bounce rates. The final mistake we'll look at today is weak copy. Now, copy is one of the most overlooked design elements that I see on many websites today. Too often, headlines and hard sell copy, selling points for the site, are underemphasized within the design. Ultimately, your style sheets, your copy itself, these are some of your biggest tools for increasing conversions, and they should be treated as such. When a user comes to your website, the design, the colors, the patterns, the shapes, the features themselves, they all simply form a backdrop to your main selling point, which is what is actually written on the site and how that writing is formatted, and that's your copy. Things like header 1s, header 2s, your bolded lines, bullet points, titles, all these things are your primary arsenal for turning viewers into customers, turning readers into subscribers, and any sort of observer into a participator on your site. You always should take the time to write and format exceptional copy. Well, that's it for today. In review, be sure to clearly emphasize your site's purpose within the design. Simplify your feature set to facilitate user action. Use contrasting colors to increase conversions. Optimize your images. And take the time to write and format fantastic copy. I'm Jacob McMillen. Thanks for watching Design to Sell, presented by learnable.com.